thank you for joining me today on my YouTube channel, RainbowGypsyTarot. I'm going to do a weekly reading for you for Monday, starting March the 7th. And this reading comes after a week that was kind of difficult. For those of you that joined me last week, the cards were a little bit harder, and I was reluctant to share it on a wide channel like YouTube. It's one thing when you're doing a reading for someone individually and you can talk to them about a specific situation that's going on, but to do a general reading and have those cards come up, it was a challenge because I wondered if I should share it. And I want to thank those people that connected with me and let me know how important it was to hear those things, because they were having a particularly tough time, and so that it was good to know that there was support for them and what they could do for self-care. One of the things about tarot readings and looking at messages from our guides and different ways of tapping into that intuitive knowledge is that we have to recognize that sometimes things are tough and life can be tough. And the thing about that is that there is things that you can do when you're in those situations, and it's really important to recognize the need for self-care and reaching out for help, and that life is impermanent. You know, there are good times and there are bad times, and it's important that when you need to, you ask for the help that you need, and know that things can change and turn around again. So let's take a look at the energy that's coming into this week. I'm going to just shuffle the deck. I'm reading with the Rainbow Travelers Tarot deck. It's a deck that I created. I've been reading for 18 years, and during that time I did an extensive study of the tarot and also created my own tarot deck, because I found that there were times when doing readings for people, they would look at the cards and even though I was trying to explain the message that was there for them, the imagery would sometimes take them somewhere else. So I wanted to have a deck that spoke intuitively about the messages that our guides may have for us. So let's see what kind of things are coming up for this week ahead. So I'm just going to do a 3-card reading. Let's see. Just shuffle it one more time. And let's see where we're going. So the first card we've got is the Sun. And the Sun is one of the cards in the major arcana, and the Sun is nurturing and warm, and it's actually a really good card to open with this week, because the Sun is something that we can count on. And so knowing that after the darkness of the night, the sun will come and it will rise, and bring all of the things that we need to sustain us in this world. The other thing about the Sun card, though, that I have to remind you of, and that comes with this, is that sometimes we get impatient. And this card very much is about recognizing that things will turn around, and that you can count on that. So if you're feeling a little bit impatient and things seem to be taking longer, and it's sort of like, is this ever going to change? This card is here to tell you it is going to, so hang in there. The next card we have is the Ten of Pentacles. And Pentacles is our physical world. It's our life, our family, our jobs. And the 10 is about having arrived at a place where you're done with those lessons and it's time to move on. And you can look at the scene behind her is, there's grass and there's a garden and there's hope. And so very much there may be some change, but you're ready to move into something different. So let's just see what else the cards have to say. Oh, and we've got the Tower reversed. Okay, so the Tower is very much about change. I don't know if you can see the card. I'm going to show it to you upright so that you get a better view of it upright. And it, in this particular imagery of the Tower, She's sort of standing on a balcony, and there's a dove, and over the sky there's a rainbow, because at the end of storms there is a rainbow, and it's one of those things to remember and keep in mind. Because this card is reversed, it's one of those things that sometimes we're looking at a situation and we may be internalizing a lot of that. And so while there may be change coming for us, it may not be as big as what you're seeing. So take a look at spending time and reflecting on what's going on. Recognize and be kind of patient with yourself and with the situation, and that the opportunity that things are going to change, and that there is some, you know, some amazing things on the horizon. I'm going to do something a little different this week as well. Prior to me creating my own tarot deck, of course, I collected numerous decks of cards and oracle cards and tarot decks, trying to find the perfect one for me. And I'd like to pull a card from a deck of healing cards, Healing with the Angels by Doreen Virtue. And I just get a feeling that there might be one other thing that you might want to reflect on or think about this week in terms of the reading that I just gave you. So let's see what the angel cards have in terms of the energy coming up for this week. So we've got the card that is intention. And this really speaks well to what we're talking about here for your week ahead, is allowing yourself the time to really connect with your intentions, with what's important to you, what's important in your heart, as well as, you know, your thinking mind, and making sure that you're looking after things from a perspective that's clear. So, you know, sometimes we think that things are different, and we may not be sure of people's intentions. And the angels want you to know that there's help there for you, and that there is the opportunity for you to ask for that help. So it's looking much brighter than last week. I think that, you know, we've got a lot of things going on for the week for you, but certainly some movement and changes in terms of going to something that's going to be much more fulfilling for you. So hang in there and have an absolutely fabulous week.